Hannibal Barca was born in 247 BC into one of the most influential families of Carthage, at a time when his city had just emerged defeated from the First Punic War against Rome. His father, Hamilcar Barca, was determined to rebuild Carthaginian power, especially in Iberia, which offered silver mines, manpower, and strategic depth. According to later Roman historians, Hamilcar brought the young Hannibal to the altar and made him swear eternal hatred toward Rome, a symbolic episode that, whether fully historical or partly legendary, reflects the intensity of the rivalry between the two Mediterranean superpowers. Growing up in military camps in Spain, Hannibal received not only training in warfare, but also a broad cultural education. He learned to speak several languages and became skilled in diplomacy, which later allowed him to manage a diverse army composed of Libyans, Iberians, Gauls, and Numidians. After Hamilcar's death and the subsequent command of his son-in-law Hasdrubal the Fair, Hannibal eventually assumed leadership of the Carthaginian forces in Iberia in 221 BC, still in his mid-20s. He quickly consolidated control over the region, strengthening Carthage's economic base and expanding its influence south of the Ebro River, a boundary established by treaty with Rome. The spark of the Second Punic War came with Hannibal's siege of Saguntum in 219 BC, a city allied to Rome but located south of the Ebro. Rome protested, but Hannibal proceeded, capturing the city after a determined resistance. Rather than waiting for a Roman invasion of Spain, he chose an audacious offensive strategy. He would bring the war directly into Italy, striking at the heart of Roman power and attempting to break Rome's alliance system. In 218 BC, he set out with an army that may have numbered around 90,000 infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and several dozen war elephants. Crossing the Pyrenees and then the Rhone River, he outmaneuvered Roman forces sent to intercept him and advanced toward the Alps. The Alpine crossing remains one of the most extraordinary feats in military history. Facing treacherous paths, snow, landslides, and attacks by hostile mountain tribes, Hannibal lost a large portion of his troops and animals, yet he emerged into northern Italy with a hardened and fiercely loyal core army. In Italy, Hannibal demonstrated tactical brilliance. At the Battle of the Trebia in 218 BC, he lured Roman forces into a trap using concealed troops and superior cavalry, defeating them in freezing conditions. The following year, at Lake Trasimene, he executed one of history's largest ambushes, annihilating a Roman army trapped between the lake and surrounding hills. His masterpiece came in 216 BC at the Battle of Cannae. Facing a Roman army nearly twice the size of his own, Hannibal arranged his troops in a convex formation that gradually bent inward under pressure, while his elite African infantry and cavalry enveloped the Roman flanks and rear. The result was a devastating double envelopment that encircled and destroyed tens of thousands of Roman soldiers in a single day, an event that sent shockwaves across the ancient world and remains a classic example studied in military academies to this day. Despite these victories, Hannibal faced significant strategic limitations. Many southern Italian cities defected to his side, but Rome's central alliance network held firm. The Romans, under leaders such as Fabius Maximus, adopted a strategy of delay and attrition, avoiding pitched battles and harassing Hannibal's forces. Carthage failed to send sufficient reinforcements, and Hannibal lacked the siege equipment and manpower necessary to attack Rome directly. For more than a decade, he campaigned in Italy, winning engagements but unable to force a decisive political collapse of his enemy. Meanwhile, Rome gradually regained the initiative, especially through the campaigns of Publius Cornelius Scipio in Spain, who cut off Carthaginian resources and eventually invaded North Africa. Summoned home, Hannibal confronted Scipio at Zama in 202 BC. There, Roman adaptability and superior Numidian cavalry turned the tide. Hannibal was defeated, and Carthage was forced to accept harsh peace terms, effectively ending its status as a major power. After the war, Hannibal entered Carthaginian politics and introduced financial reforms that stabilized the state's economy and reduced corruption, demonstrating that his talents extended beyond the battlefield. However, Roman suspicion persisted, and under political pressure, he went into exile. He sought refuge first with Antiochus III of the Seleucid Empire, advising him during his conflict with Rome, and later with other Eastern rulers. Even in exile, Rome considered him a threat. When Roman envoys finally demanded his surrender from King Prusias of Bithynia, Hannibal chose to commit suicide around 183 BC, reportedly declaring that he would free Rome from its fear of an old man. Hannibal's legacy endures as that of a commander of extraordinary imagination, courage, and resilience. His ability to inspire loyalty among a heterogeneous army, his mastery of maneuver warfare, and his bold strategic vision have secured his place among the greatest military leaders in history, alongside figures such as Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar. Though ultimately defeated, Hannibal Barca remains a symbol of resistance against overwhelming power and a testament to the enduring impact of individual genius on the course of history.